Welcome Taste Designs 107 IMEAs in the car pack. You're the kings and queens, and today what if you guys is a Photoshop tutorial showing you how you can make this cool Twitter header that's on screen now. You can also make this into a Photoshop banner, whatever you need at this point in time. The difficulty for this tutorial will be 2 out of 5 stars, really simple to make, and the duration will be 30 minutes. Hopefully you do enjoy the tutorial, and if you do, let me know in the comment section below because I love getting back to you and also hearing your feedback, and also like the video if you haven't already. And yeah, thanks for welcome to the desktop. This is where the magic happens. We're gonna get straight into this tutorial by opening up Photoshop without further ado. This is going to be the YouTube banner that we're going to make today. Actually, I'm going to make this into a Twitter header. So first of all, I'm going to make the size of my document 3000 by 2000, but in your case you would make it 3000 by 1000, but because I'll need a preview, I'm making it double the height. I'm going to drag my preview onto this document, and just to resize that one there. Okay, sweet. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just grab up another preview. I'm really sleepy, but I really want to like pre-record some tutorials in advance because I love doing that like thing. I'm just kind of a freak like that. Freak of nature, you could say. Nearly asleep, but it's alright. Alright, so here's our Twitter header. We're gonna get straight into it, but before I do, I'm going to tell you that you'll need some abstract brushes. So go download some on Google. You can find them, they're great. So the first step, make a new layer. Press M for your rectangle marquee tool. Drag out a selection. We're going to fill this in with a dark blue, but really dark color. This one. And that's not dark enough. Okay. Then, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to grab up my brush. And I'm going to make splatters everywhere. Make a new layer. I'm going to paint with this color, and I'm also going to grab up some paint spots. I've got so many here. That's good because I use all of them all the time. Okay, so now I'm just going to simply just go around. It's really simple, and make some splatters. Bam, 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 bam. And this just looks insane already. Like, I love using abstract brushes for some reason. They just turn me on really hard. There we go. Going to give there. And let's go for one like here. Okay, so with this done, I'm going to go to filter, blur, gaussian blur, and I'm going to blur this one right up to something like that. So I'm getting a feeling like this. Now for the cutoff one, I'm going to just quickly fill this one in with white. Okay, sweet. Okay, so the next step that I'm going to do is make my other paint bloods. So this is going to be back brushes, blur. This isn't a really hard tutorial, it's really simple. Okay, so the next thing, I'm going to grab up my brush again, And on this new layer, I'm going to use this splatter. This one. Going to pump up my size like I did when I saw a girl, and I'm going to simply change my color to a really nice aqua blue, something like that. Something like that. And go back on this one. Going to give some grungy. I'm going to click multiple times to get it like nice and hard. Like I just tap that ass to get it a little bit hard, you know what I mean? Alright, oh fuck. And I'm going to go for this one. Okay, so I've got some of the stocks here. The next step to do is go to the blending mode on these, and I'm going to do an outer glow. And for this outer glow, it's going to be a very similar color to this, if not exactly the same, by using my eye drop. I'm going to just mess around with the settings to see what I like. So I'm going to do probably size like that. I'm going to do spread 1, and the opacity for this one, let's do 30. Okay, sweet. I'm also going to do a drop shadow. Actually, no, I'm not going to do any drop shadow, but yeah, so I'm going to have like that. That's good. I'm happy. Now I'm going to press Ctrl J, and this is going to be my backup, so I'm just going to leave it there. And on this one, I'm going to go to Filter, Blur, Motion Blur, but before I do that, I'm going to rationalize this layer style. Blur, Motion Blur, and this is going to blur it. Something like this. Now I'll go back to my backup, turn this one on, and you can see the blur is applied. I'm going to change the opacity on this blur to something like that. And now it looks like this has been neatly motion blurred. You can also go to Filter, Blur, Motion Blur again, and just fine stretch those out a bit more. Okay, we've got something going on now. Now I'm going to make a new layer again. Go to my brush and just do some more splatters, but with this one it's going to be a little bit different. So let's just say I like this one. I'm going to make yeah, I'm on a new layer, sweet. Size of this one is going to be 1000. I'm going to click once like this, press Ctrl T, just resize it because of it's not the way that I want it, like that. And I'm going to drag this one below these two, and I'm going to lower the opacity to something like that. Okay, does that make sense? So you're kind of creating this depth, you could say, and you can splatter a couple of times with different brushes on here. So we're kind of giving that 3D, like, not 3D, but like dimensional look. It doesn't look like a flat 2D, like brush splatters, if that makes sense. Okay, something like this is going on nicely. Okay, I'm going to add in some more, but before I do that, I'm going to grab up my eraser tool by pressing E on my keyboard and doing the size of this baby to like something like 700. Okay, sweet. No, 1000. Okay. Hardness is going to be on 0, and I can just simply like take away some nice little brushes, and also like here, press Ctrl X, press Ctrl V, and to move this one back and slightly bump down the opacity again. Something like that is a bit more subtle. Okay, so again, these are like my to-go-to layers, so I'm not going to rename anything, I'm just going to keep it all like this. Oh, I will. So this is going to be trans low opacity. I could say transparency, but that wouldn't make sense. So this one's low opacity. This one's back blur brush, which makes sense. And this one is going to be like the glow ones. So I'm going to group these and do glow. Okay, I could like merge them, but there's no need really. Okay, so in my glow, I'm going to make a new layer and just simply add in some more brushes. I wasn't sure if that's enough or not because it's kind of like experimental with the glow ones, but it turned out to not be, so I'm also gonna just add in some more. Change the size of this one to like 800. Okay, sweet. Now I need something like stand out there. That one's the one. Okay. 900. Bam. Press Ctrl T. Just resize this one out. Something like that. And I'm going to make another splatter like here. Okay, now with these ones, I'm going to simply copy this layer style and paste it onto there. I'm going to press Ctrl J on this one, move this one down below here, right click, clear layer style, and I'm going to go to filter, blur, motion blur, and just blur this one out. Oh so subtly, something like that, and change the opacity down. So I'm getting something like this. Okay, actually no, I'm going to leave those spaces for the halftones, because that's what another little thing that I'm going to do. You don't want to overcrowd our design. So for the halftones, I'm going to go to my Google. Got some halftones already searched up here. Just did halftone PNG. I could go through my stock pack, but it's just really quicker for me to go on YouTube and not YouTube, on Google, and find some little nice halftones. So this one's one that could work. This one's another one that could work nicely. Now I'm going to wait for these to load up. This one is going to be saved here. Again, assets used in this tutorial will be available in the description to download under the assets download link. And this one is quite nice. Doesn't really matter about the color, we can just simply apply a color overlay on those. So go to File, Open, and open up the assets that is provided, which are all these. I got 3 because that's all I need. Okay, so this one I've got that, so I'm going to go to the blending options on this, do a color overlay, and this one's going to be black. Okay, sweet. And move this one onto my document. Now if I go back to the blending options, go to color overlay and change this one to a nice something like this. Okay, sweet. So now I can press Ctrl T, move this one about something like this is fancying me. And for this one, it is not a PNG, but that is okay, because it won't take too long with the one tool. Okay, that is mostly all done. Move this one onto, whatever, I won't even use it. Okay, this one, I'm gonna right click, do copy layer style of this halftone and paste that onto there. Press Ctrl T, resize this one up. So I've got something like this. I'm also going to go to my other halftone like before, and just move it, something like that. Okay, so those are my halftones in place. And might spread these apart a bit more. Okay. Might merge these all together by pressing Ctrl E. With my eraser tool I can erase some in and out, which I don't think are necessary. Okay, and my opacity will be lowered for these. I'm going to go to Filter, Distort, Ripple, and ripple these oh so slightly to like 199. Press Ctrl F to get a stronger ripple. Press Ctrl Z to undo the ripples. Okay, something like that is quite nice. Now I can apply a slight glow on these, so I will do that. Go to my outer glow. Okay, something like that. And I'll also go to filter, blur, motion blur, and just blur these. No, I won't. I'll leave it like that. Okay, so for the middle bit, I'm going to just simply use my text tool and Psycho logo. So to get my Psycho logo, I'm going to be using my icon pack. If you don't have it, go to my Selfie store and you can find it there. That's it, basically. Now you know the thumbnail of it. It's in my GFX pack. Little icons there. There we go. Okay, so it should be in here. Psycho. Move this one onto my document. Now it's not exactly the same, but hey, who really cares? And okay, so I've got something like that. Now this one looks like a bubble. I think I know what it is. So it's filter, distort, spheralize. Yeah, it is. And then I'm going to zoom out of here so I can see my actual Psycho. And it needs to be in the middle of the document, so I'm going to press Ctrl A and center that one. Go to filter, distort, spheralize, and now when I spheralize it, it'll just be on like the middle of the document. See now? And spheralize that one. Okay, and I can also go to the wrap. Move the corners in like this, and that'll create like a nice little sphere. Little distortion effect. Okay, great. Going to move this one in, out like that, and bam, like that. Okay, so for the blending options, I'm going to do a color overlay like that, bam. I'm going to also do an outer glow. Now this outer glow is going to have to be strong, so I'm going to bump up the opacity and also the spread. This one has to be a little bit darker. Something like that. Right. I'm also going to do the exact same what they did, so I'm going to right click, do rasterlize layer style, and do some little cuts. Actually, I can just cut it. Selection, cut that one out. And also move cut this one, paste that, move this closer. Okay, and right click, do copy layer style, paste that on, so I can just edit that little very slightly, so I got that little cut like the preview does. Okay, so I'm gonna merge those two together, do clan logo. And it's going to be halftones. Okay, and it's gonna be glow brush. Okay, so I'm going to do the next step, which is the motion blur. So press Ctrl J, go to filter, blur, motion blur, you know the jizz, and bring this one I'm going to show you a little trick. So do like very high, and then just simply blur this one out, and then I'm going to press Control J on my original one again, go to filter, blur, motion blur, and blur this one directly 90 degrees. Now for this distance, it is going to be the same, which is like that, but it's going to be much more closer to the logo. Okay, something like that. Might end up using magic bullet looks also for the final result. Okay, so that is that, and then for my psycho text, simply just do psycho. Going to be using Babass for this one. Actually, Captain America, why not? Haven't used that font, America Captain. Font color is going to be white. VA spacing 100 or 75. Press Control T, resize that one up. Move this one something like that. Press Control J, move this duplicated down. It's going to be sponsors. Should I do sponsors though? I'm just thinking about it. I'll do it, whatever. Okay, I'm going to resize this one down to something like that. Okay, press Control T. Okay, so this one, I'm going to do the VA spacing 200, something like that. Again, move this one down. Move up my VA spacing. Alright, just need to check that I'm recording. Sweet. Okay, so that is that. Now I'm going to just simply go to one of my psycho. Actually, I can just copy this one. Oh no, I can't. So I have to go to blending options again. Do an outer glow. Like that. Copy this one and paste that on the sponsors. And for the logos, you'll just pop them in for the sponsor logos. So simply, where's Elgato? There we go. Gamma Labs. And Imaginary Customs. It's actually sad that I know all these sponsors, but I guess I'm a designer, so I kind of should. Okay, now I'm going to control click these, shift click these down, read them up, and actually make this size like that. Just going to move this one in, and also Elgato in. Okay, now I'm simply just going to go to the blending options for one, go to the color overlay, bam that on, right click, do copy lay style, paste these onto that. Now I'm going to press Ctrl J, make this really easy, merge those all together. I'm also going to merge all these together. You don't have to, but I'm just going to do that because I'm really confident. Thank you so much for watching it. Hopefully you learned something new. It's a really nice and clean little style. So yeah, thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.